There's so many rules in 40K, hundreds of events, and constant updates. Skip the learning curve of Warhammer and join the pros. Art of War is led by multiple world champions with decades of success. We teach clinics, stream games, and inspire you to succeed at your favorite hobby. Join our global community of gamers just like you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Hangout and Hobby. Nick is about to join me, but first he has to find the Harlequins he's supposed to be painting. But until then, I'm going to be working on a ghost keel today. And I know, we've seen it many times. Whatever the Art of War guys are building is going to be amazing. We've seen it many times. John was building wolf quads the other week, and somebody on the GSC Reddit started posting about how wolf quads are going to be amazing, get as many as possible. You know, we have no inside info. But I only have one ghost keel painted, and I would like to get at least one other one. I have 3 new in-box ones, so I am going to start building one now. And I'm going to start with these stealth drones, because they're really cool. Hopefully the ghost keel gets some actually good rules, because its current rules are terrible, especially in the transition from 8th to 9th, where you can no longer stack minuses to hit. So it's a pretty pointless, overcosted unit right now, but it looks amazing. It's easily one of the coolest looking battle suits there is. Here comes Nick, the man himself.
The one and only. You know you're a puppy daddy when the puppy pees 5 feet away from you 3 seconds before you go live. That's how you know. What's going on, Mr. Siegs? What are you working on?
I was talking about the ghost keel.
Why?
Because it's one of the coolest looking battle suits, and you have to agree on that one.
I mean, it's like, which rock is cooler? You know, like, I don't care.
There are some cool rocks out there.
There are
some cool, pretty rocks.
This isn't one of them.
This is one of them.
You know, it's one of them. These flamers of Zinch.
I thought you were going to be working on some Harlequins, Nick. Don't you have a bet to win?
Well, I have all year to win that bet, so I got time.
All year is like a month and a half.
I got time. But these flamers are going to be used against you, Mr. Siegs, because we now have a wager. What's our little wager?
We have a wager, and that is whether Nick can play this invincible pink horror list that beats A-tier armies.
No, it's...
If you watch the tier list with us, that apparently exists out there. So Nick is gonna play this, and I'm gonna play my Tau into it, and we're gonna see who wins. And whoever wins gets a pub sub and Brewster's ice cream.
Yeah, so I'm getting fed like a champion.
I'm getting fed.
No, and Siegs is going to get demoralized and demolished on stream by yours truly, and then he's never going to hear the end of it after all the
I'm going to beat you with 8th edition Tau. Forget about 9th edition.
What do you think demons are? They're a 9th edition codex?
They have Bellicor.
I'm not using Bellicor.
Get Bellicor on that list.
Bellicor's
I want big useless models.
No, I want good things like splitting horrors.
All right, tell us about this chaos list, Nick.
Jack and I were working on it. It's got the stuff. It's got the schnaz.
Does it have Abaddon?
It does. It might. It's got pink cars though. So it's like the premise is basically there's an enormous unit of pink cars and you put a lot of summoning points into it. And then there's an epitome.
Just one?
There might be 2.
I've
definitely thought about 2.
Like 800 summoning points.
I've definitely thought about 2. Yeah, it might be which way it goes because that's the best thing in the army. You know, that's what it's made of. So like that, and then you got the epitome. And I was telling Jack how much I beat orc buggies, and Jack looked at me like I had like 95 heads. He's like, "What the hell are you smoking? These pink horrors are gonna stand up to these orc buggies." And I was like, "Well, orc buggies are like leadership 7, so I'm just gonna trap them in combat, and then they're gonna hit me with their 4 attacks that are really good at killing space marines and really terrible at killing horrors. And then, they kill a couple models. I'm gonna split into the nooks and crannies between them and onto their objectives. Oh, I'm OBSEC. And then I win the game. So that's how you do it. So this is a really good army. And we have a lot of horrors. We got the epitome. And then what goes really well with the horrors and the epitome? And some people would say Thousand Suns spiker spam. Some people are like, you sit there and cast your mortals. But I said that is That is so 2019. We are moving forward the times. We're getting Abaddon in here. Karn might make an appearance.
Is Mark Perry over here?
Well, I was talking to Mark recently. But
Karn?
I was also considering the Emperor's Children. They could do some advancing or some charging out of reserves pretty effectively. Because one of the problems with this horror unit getting trapped in close combat is sometimes they're not locked in with you. You're locked in with them. Like, what am I trying to do? Trap a Vanguard vet squad? No, really not. So I gotta be able to kill those. And you know what's gonna kill them? Karn. Karn's gonna kill them.
Karn. So you just have a bunch of characters?
So it's gonna be... I haven't finished the list. But
Can we get the Great Unclean one in there?
because I have to go through the depths of chaos, right? We're gonna open up books I haven't opened in like 3
If
years.
Quack the Boundless doesn't make it, I'm gonna...
Quack might make it. Quack might make it. But it's definitely gonna be like infinite obsec horrors and really badass characters standing behind the infinite obsec horrors and an epitome so I don't get shot. And that's basically the army, yeah. But I haven't written it because I have to go researching the tomes.
Research.
You'd be proud, Stiggs.
I would be.
The reading.
I do like the reading.
What are these people saying? They're talking to me? They're talking to me.
The Ghost Ark tanking all the knights almost made me build mine. The Ghost Ark is a top 3 unit in the Necron Codex. I have no doubts on that. It's a hero every single game. Jack was like, I'm going to kill a turn 1, no problem. Shoots 2 Redemptors and a bunch of plasma incinerators into it. Takes like 4 damage. And then it lives the entire game and heals back to full. Ghost Ark is amazing. Very good unit. By far one of the best units in the book.
Probably the best.
I don't know about the best, but it's
better?
top 3.
What will be better?
Warriors are up there for sure.
Warriors, s'mores. S'mores. I can go for some s'mores, actually. Now that we're speaking candidly.
And the Technomancer is very good now.
Techno.
Since no John today, what are your thoughts on White Scars versus Orcs and White Scars versus Knight matchup post FAQ? Nick has actually played White Scars into Knights.
Is this our super chat? We gotta answer the super chat. What are you doing? Why are you missing the super chat?
He just popped up.
You're missing it.
$10 super chat from Matt. Oh, I admit, I got beat by TJ's pink horror plague drone list. Did not fully understand what it did until it was too late, and I was not alone. Has to be value to that right. I do know what the pink horror blob does, and I've killed it many times, and I plan to kill it again.
Matt, pink horrors are good. It's totally respectable.
I'm going to kill Abaddon,
Karn,
and every chaos character that Nick can fit in the list.
No shame.
I can't wait for the Noise Marines to make it too.
I considered the Noise Marines, but there's so much -1 damage in the game. Like, so much. And their whole thing is...
Mark pumped every CP into my Crisis unit and didn't kill one.
Yeah, like, what...
He tried.
No. There's going to be no Noise Marines. There might be Raptors and Warp Talons.
There could be.
There probably will be.
World Eaters?
Not World Eaters. It's going to be something that can warp time.
Black Legion.
Something that's fast. This army could use some fast.
Nah. Just walk up the middle of the board with a bunch of slow 6-inch moving characters.
Well, Jack was like, so how does this unit move? And I'm like, well, it only moves 6. And he was like, bad. And I was like, chill, Jack. But then it gets bigger when you shoot it. So really it moves when you shoot it. So that's how it moves. It's creepy crawly like that. Creepy crawly, Seeks. Are you going to get creepy crawlied?
I'm going to drop so many shots on that unit that it's just evaporated.
Gonna get creepy crawlied.
I do love giant big units because all of their buffs are about beating a single unit. So this is why Tau performed really well into Knights in 8th edition.
So are you saying that I should run 2?
At least.
At least.
I mean, if you're going for pink horrors, like, you need the backup plan.
That's true. What if I only ran ours? What if I stopped trying to get cute with dumb stuff like
that's what I'm thinking.
What
right?
if I just ran pink? I don't own that.
If you're trying to OPSEC the objectives.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, who am I kidding?
If that's what you're trying to do, then they need to live.
They need to live.
And if they die, you're just done.
And then we do an exercise of Seeks rolling dice for 2 hours, call it a stream, and the world dies of boredom.
People do love that.
No, they don't.
But totally think that the Knight versus White Scars matchup is not quite as one-sided as it used to be.
Oh, I think Bella Beans needs to go outside again. And for the sake of my floor, I'm gonna depart.
All right, well, I'll answer this question. I definitely think Knights are much improved just because it's very difficult to contest their objectives. White Scars are one of those armies that could actually kill the Knights, but they really need to power up into Assault Doctrine. So you can kind of play on that advantage with your Knights. And now that the baby Knights, the Armigers, and the Moraxes are OBSEC, so easy to you find trading those for things like Vanguard Vets. Because then by the end of the game, the big Knights will live. And the big Knights are really what does the crippling damage. All that ignore cover, flat 3 damage, high AP. It's awesome. Advance and Charge being a top 3 rule in the game. What are the other two? Advance and Charge is probably number 1. It is one of the best rules you could possibly have. I'd have to think about what I would rank as the other two. Bodyguard would probably be the second rule, as just an extremely abusive mechanic. Particularly Advance and Charge that's army-wide. That is a whole different level. So having to spend 2 CP on an Advance and Charge stratagem on one unit, I think that's perfectly fine. I think just having turn 2 army-wide Advance and Charge is just straight up broken. And until Drukhari get actual nerfs, they're going to be one of the best armies in the game. But Bodyguard I would rank up there as top 3 rule to have. Because there are some armies, especially the ones in the bottom half, that just can't deal with it. I have not experimented with any Thousand Suns board control styles. I've been trying to get the other guys to run it, especially the guys who are supposed to be quote-unquote Chaos players, like Nick. I think Chaos has completely left that man's body. So we may not see Chaos for a little while, but hopefully. He's at least thinking about pink horrors. What would it take for the Ghost Keel to be good? It doesn't need amazing defensive mechanics. It needs to, if it's a very good unit for tying things up and has good built-in defense, then I really like it. Because at the end of the day, the battle suits operating by themselves, they really need the Farsight Enclaves rules to have any sort of efficiency, which I like. They're the best, obviously, rule set that I prefer for Tau. So if you have some rules that allow you to activate and interact with your opponent without having a lot of character buffs and marker lights nearby, that's awesome. And then if they get some sort of extra level of defensive mechanic that isn't stacking minuses to hit, that can help tie units up, that is also a very effective tool for a Ghost Keel. They should really be a harassing unit and something that helps bog down the enemy and slow them down from coming towards the rest of your army. That's their ideal role. Hopefully they get some defensive mechanics that actually matter. What they get, who knows? But I would love to see the Ghost Keel. I think it's a really awesome looking unit. A light cover outside of 12 is just not a good enough rule. It's too easy for the best armies to ignore it, and most of the best armies have a lot of melee. So I don't know what they're going to do with battle suits. I just imagine that drones and savior protocols is going to get nerfed into oblivion or just completely removed. So there's at least some design space to re-event what Tau defense looks like. $5 super chat from Mr. Tim Penny. Thank you so much, Tim. I love how much smack Nick talked at Crucible, and now Malpass and his pinks live rent-free in Nick's head. As they should. There's so many things that live rent-free in Nick's head. And not only in his head, my Taunar has continued to live in Nick's bedroom based on a bet between him and John for the last, 7 months now? Nick has had the Taunar in his room on his dresser. And soon enough, the Taunar will be back in the Apocalypse game that we're going to do right before Christmas. So don't worry, Tim. There's plenty of things that are living both in Nick's head and in his bedroom. Horrors could be disciples of Bellicord, make them untargetable too, I suppose. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're actually supposed to be the screen because you want your opponent to shoot them, but you don't want them to shoot them hard enough where you have to spend all your summoning points and the unit dies. You want them to have to only shoot at them, but it's, couple shots here, couple shots there, couple shots here, and it lets you expand the unit onto more objectives and obsec them. That's how the list is supposed to work, but I'm going to take a maxed out unit of Crisis Suits with Airburst, and I'm going to pick it up in a single turn. Which will be great if he sinks points into an entire second unit and a lot of summoning points, because they're just gone. Evan, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Evan. What points changes are needed for A-tier Necrons? Also, thoughts on Heavy Destroyers filling Necron's weakness of long-range shooting. At one shot each, the Heavy Destroyer is terrible. It is bad. You need to pump CP to even make it remotely reliable, or run Zerakin. And Zerakin rules just aren't that good. They're okay. They have an interesting Relic and Warlord trait, obviously, and then they have a pretty solid trait itself, especially against the mortal wound spam list that we're seeing right now. It's not bad. It's just, it's one shot. Your opponent makes an invul and you did no damage with it. And the problem with Necrons is that all their multi-wound models have essentially no defense against the meta. The damage in the game is outrageous. The destroyers, the wraiths, whatever it is, wraiths even have a 4-up invul. That's not enough. Everything's getting picked up. So warriors are really the only actual defensive tool, and there's still units like a Mars Ranger Brick that'll pick it up in one go. So everything needs to go down. I think some of the smaller units, like Immortals, should go down 3 points. Warriors should go down 1. All the vehicles should go down at least 15 points. All the destroyers should go down at least 3 to 5 points minimum. The Catan should go down at minimum 50 points each. There needs to be massive sweeping changes because the problem with Necrons is that their rules are terrible. Doesn't matter what extra buffs you layer onto there. The core rules in that book are 8th edition rules. They are terrible by 9th edition standards. All the books that have come out here are miles better than Necrons. Honestly, if they didn't have the OBSEC Dynasty, they would be worse than almost every single 8th edition book. Kyle, $5 super chat. Thanks so much, Kyle. How's this for a Chaos Knight list? 2 Majeras with claws, the Knight Desecrator, 4 Moraxes with lightning locks. I feel like the Chaos Knights do better with even more Moraxes. I know we're seeing a lot of like 14 Morax lists. You don't probably have to go to that extreme, but I would run at least like 8 of them, 8, 9 of them, because Chaos Knights do them so much better because they can put those offensive buffs and make them hit extraordinarily hard. So I'd like to see more, and they're built-in OBSEC as well. Because Chaos Knights obviously don't have access to the Freeblade Army of Renown. So having more of your big knights with OBSEC really is a huge deal, especially because they also count as 5 on those Moraxes.
The Moraxes.
Yeah, the Morax.
Bella is quite the devious creature. She pooped in the house and then stood by the door.
Ah. Well, at least she let you know.
She let me know.
She let you know.
Yeah, definitely. And now Jack's here. What's all these super chats? All this excitement.
Went through all of them, one of which was talking about how Brian Mousepass's pink horrors live in your mind now.
I didn't even play him.
You didn't even play him, but man, were you just...
His pink horrors...
You're enthralled.
His pink horrors aren't even the right pink horrors. He's doing Thousand Sons and weird stuff. I'm doing the good stuff.
You're doing the good stuff?
I'm doing the good stuff.
Abaddon and Korn are the good stuff.
They're probably getting cut, but they're definitely in the I'm going to talk about it on Painstream phase.
If Abaddon and Karn make the list, I cannot wait to table it.
You're gonna die. Just for that, Abaddon's going in.
Perfect. What about Karn? Karn is a key part of that.
Karn and Abaddon have conflicting keywords, and neither of them are Emperor's children, so there's a whole lot to consider here. We could make a Heretic Astartes detachment. I had to decide.
That's classic.
But it is classic. Get Armon in there.
Those are the good old days of chaos.
And at that point, why don't I just summon the horrors with Abaddon? They're not
Abaddon?
They're not OBSEC, that's why.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
This army would be terrible without OBSEC. And it still has fundamental problems. Like, some people can turn off OBSEC and then it doesn't do anything. But
who could do that?
but we're not doing that. I'm not trying to say it's the best army in the game. I'm just trying to say that it's capable of winning quite a few matches. But it has glaring problems. It's a lot like Knights in that regard. And you know what? Knights made upper beat here. Where are my horrors, Siegs? Where are my horrors?
They're dead. They're in a pile on the side of the board after I picked all of them
You've
up.
never even played against the horrors.
I have. I killed them all.
When? My horrors, not someone else's horrors.
With the Taunar Farsight game.
I won that game. We've killed Taunar and I won that game. What are you even saying?
Because I brought a 1,000-point nerf Taunar. But man, did it pick up that entire unit.
Well, yeah, you rigged it. You rigged it so my horrors would have a bad day and make me look like a dweeb.
As the number 1 ITC Chaos Knights, I run 1 Majera Rampager and 7 Baby Knights. Chaos Knights do Baby Knight spam better, in my opinion, than Imperial Knights, able to run Iconoclast. Yeah, I 100% agree with Calvin. Run as many of the Baby Knights.
Chaos Knights here.
Yeah, the Moraxes are just so good.
Although, did the Chaos Knights get any buffs in this latest thing? I forget.
They got the same buffs as it. Both Imperial and Chaos Knights got the same exact thing.
So they count as more models?
Yep. OBSEC? Yep, the little ones count as 5 models and count as OBSEC, and then the big ones count as 10 models.
Right.
But they don't count as obsec only in the free blade lands.
Only because that's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with it. That all makes sense now. I don't know how you keep up with all these night rules, Siegs. That's some John stuff.
Super skewed Mars vehicle list going forward? Oh man, I don't know about that. The Scorpius tank is terrible. People are still running it, and I am shocked every single time.
The Scorpius Disintegrator?
Yeah,
That thing picked up so many interceptors.
A garbage unit.
It's not good, but it is indirect fire. So indirect fire has
so
value on its own merits, just because like you interact with stuff that most things cannot interact with. But like it's not good indirect fire.
It wasn't even that good when it had the full buffs.
No, but you took
edition.
it because it was indirect fire, and that's really powerful. It's still that.
Jason Harrison with a $5 super chat. Which Art of War member is going to win this weekend, and will the final game be between two Art of War members? That's a bet.
I'm gonna win.
Thanks so much. Nick's gonna win.
I'm gonna.
Nick is gonna win on
the stream.
He's gonna be on the stream and
somehow
winning.
Stream Maestro. Are you gonna win, Siegs?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best, but three-peat is tough. That's tough.
I've
Three times.
I've three-peated stuff. I three-peated Adepticon. You three-peat this. All right.
Yeah, but that was separate years. This is all.
No,
one
I
year.
three-peated in a row. Oh well.
Yeah, separate years.
That was
like those are different metas.
These are
Vastly
different metas. We just got a whole shake-up.
It's a shake-up.
It's a shake-up.
Um,
And that makes mine more impressive that it was different metas.
no, I'm not saying it wasn't impressive. I was just saying it's different.
Poxwalkers.
Yeah, you had to abuse broken chaos rules.
Not every year. One year I played Grey Knights and Necrons. Your armies.
Grey Knights and Necrons.
That's it.
You gotta love the old
I had a
editions.
10-man paladin unit led by Drago, and they were joined by 3 Knights size with warriors and 3 annihilation barges.
There's supposed to be rules in this game, but what if we just ignore all that?
Yeah, that was a time. It was a come the apocalypse relationship. That was what it said.
Interesting.
Which just meant I had to deploy more than 12 inches away from each other.
$5 super chat for Mr. Calvin Smith. Thanks so much, Calvin. What would you feel would be a top competitive mid list? Pure Leviathan or Split Leviathan? Kronos with 12 or more Hive Guard? I mean, both are competitive for sure. You see, John prefers the Pure Leviathan or adding some GSC in there. And then Manny, last mix of Leviathan and Kronos. If you're running 18 Hive Guard, I 100% think you run Leviathan and Kronos as the 2 split detachments. Just so that each unit is relatively effective.
I agree with that. I think 18 Hive Guard isn't the way, though. I think you actually want Kraken still. I think Leviathan, Kraken, combo wombo. And the reason is just because the speed. Like,
I mean, you can make your Gene Stealers Kraken.
Oh, wait, but Swarm Lord ability is only Hive Fleet.
Yeah, it's only Hive Fleet.
Well, maybe I'm just talking out of my behind.
I think so.
I know Tyranids. I know them like the back of my arm.
I don't know about a Trigon. It's a little too pricey.
It doesn't do anything.
It has a cool synaptic. The Prime has a cool synaptic link.
What is it?
I believe it's the fall back and shoot. Which is cool with Devil
That
Bones.
is really good. That is really good.
It is a good synaptic link, but you have to run the Trigon Prime.
Well, like,
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's running a Trigon Prime. He's no horror specs.
No, he's not the horror specs. But
we might need to share some glue. This thing's not really corroborating.
We can share it.
Thanks.
But yeah, I honestly think all of that is competitive. Nids have quite a bit of options now, and it's good to see them in the meta. It's not good to see mass indirect fire, though. That is just silly. And unfortunately, Games Workshop just doesn't learn their lesson.
Well, they did with Flyers. It just took 4 editions, so maybe we got one more for indirect fire.
Maybe we have a couple more with just broken indirect fire.
Optimism.
Here's all this heavy terrain, Nick. What if I just ignore it? How do you feel about that?
It's fine. It's fine.
I got a $10 super chat from Mr. Matt. Oh, thanks so much, Matt. As a Grey Knight player yourself, what can I add to a list to make your life harder? Lots of 1 to 2 up saves, fight last auras. They're starting to crop up more locally. Thanks for the workday streams too. Very much appreciate that comment, and glad that you're enjoying the streams.
I should not have done this. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't. Oh. They don't. They have a 3rd head. I didn't realize that. I'm learning how to build flavors.
To be clear, right here is that wonderful thing called an instruction booklet. And in this bad boy, Nick, guess what? You open this thing up, look at that. Each of the different horrors, it tells you how to build them, what steps you need to use, which pieces, it even numbers them for you.
I'm not doing that.
I know you like your numbers in your Excel files.
I opened it.
So look at this.
Yeah, but see, this one doesn't line up. It's
because you took two different bodies
no,
that don't go together.
I followed that.
Did you? This was never opened at any point. So, to answer your question, what makes Grey Knight players' lists harder? Honestly, having a couple denies is just very annoying.
I don't know, because then you can't take aboard the witch. And when people can't take aboard the witch, it feels great. It really does.
But
if you can get denies in your list without having aboard the witch, like without taking
it makes Purifying Ritual not consistent. Like when I played against John's Tyranids with it, and it was hard to get more than 2 a turn because there was only a center objective.
Well, Nids have more psychic disruption than most armies, though.
Exactly, but having extra tools like that does disrupt the Grey Knight plan massively because you're kind of banking on a 15 on a Purifying Ritual.
It's not even just that. It's like I like to make plays like around gate.
And the Ethereal Castigation.
And then Firing Fade. I'll 3d6 it to make it go off, but like if I'm just worried about my passing it, then I don't really have to. It's pretty likely because like I can pass it on a 6 and it goes off. But if I pass it on a 6, it's really likely for you to deny it. So it's like I have to not only pass it, but I have to pass it high enough that I don't feel comfortable with you deny it. Now I'm just trying to get lucky.
Exactly. And Grey Knights don't have the most consistent psychic phase. So being able to disrupt that is really nice. Fight Last is definitely annoying. They're kind of already banking on their defense, but if you are a mostly melee army, Fight Last is just a great tool. I like building Fight Last into every single list that I play now. Having added it to once I added it to my AdMech list, I was like, Fight Last is in. Anytime I can get Fight Last, it's in.
When I play Grey Knights, this is impossible. When I play Grey Knights, I'm really afraid and bothered by and unhappy with when my opponent has ignores AP 1 and 2. I hate that. That's like, what do I even do here?
Ignores AP 1 and 2 and count as in cover.
Yeah, count as in cover is really good. I have no ignores cover stuff.
Yeah, only the Purgation Squads now. Astral Aim got seriously nerfed, which, my god, if it didn't, Grey Knights would be oppressive. Even more oppressive.
Oh, boy. These flamers are... My hands are already covered in glue.
Welcome back to another Art War hobby stream.
But this is what the people come for.
But yeah, like Ranger Bricks with ignore AP 1 and 2 and have models in cover, that is very annoying for Grey Knights to deal with. They can buff the 1 gun to AP 3 on a Dread Knight, but that's 6 shots.
I don't think that's where it's at, though. You know what? I'm going to say AdMech suck. We put it in tier list. They're not even S tier. They're not S tier. Fiasques.
Yep.
You know who is S tier though? Pink Cars.
I don't think so.
Fit Weaver.
Dan, I don't think I am running Necrons at Austin. I am not man enough to run one of the worst factions in the game.
But are you machine?
Tower legitimately better than Necrons. I will keep insisting that. The Tau 8th
3 days ago, you put Necrons in B tier and Tower in D tier. What are you even saying?
I'm saying head to head. There's 0 chance of me ever losing with my Tau list. 0.
Okay, Tower going up to B tier. You're done. The internet
0 chance. That single list.
Can someone clip this so I can play this in the next time we do a tier list?
Let's do it.
Please. What's the timestamp?
I rank them in D tier because overall they're
30. I'm writing this in my phone so I can quote this for next time when I put Tau stupidly high in the tier list. This is gonna happen. We'll hang out in hobby.
Oh, you wanted me to put them higher? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I tried to put them in C tier, and you were like, "No, you show bad."
They have really hard counters. Like, how do you beat Sisters?
You just said they're better than Necrons. It's 11. So at 330.
Head to head, they are better than Necrons. Is what I'm saying.
Putting this in the phone.
You don't think head to head they're better than Necrons?
330.
Okay.
30. Yeah, 30.
How do Nids beat Knights?
Hangout and hobby. Siegs, Necrons, nonsense. November 17th.
It's not nonsense. Tau can instantly pick up a Warrior Brick, so that doesn't matter. They have charge phase mortals, so Catan don't matter at all. They have better secondary play because they can do a very consistent 42 points, no problem. And then I don't care at all about the Necron melee units because they trade inefficiently against all the Tau stuff. So, cool.
So do you think your
The Crisis unit literally picks up every single Necron.
Do you think your Necrons could take the pink cars?
Yes.
Yes, you've got no respect for the pink horrors.
No respect for the pink horrors.
Do you think the pink horrors can take anything?
Yeah, they could take. Well, they can't take guard. They can't take guard. Maybe they could take GSC, but I feel like even if you take aberrants, even with how expensive they are, they pick up so much of that unit.
That's why you have Abaddon.
Then if only they still.
Abaddon's half damage. You can't pick him up.
If they only had to fight on death, they'd pick up Abaddon too.
But they don't, because they're D tier.
No, poor aberrants.
Poor aberrants. We have 100 aberrants in the Art of Warehouse. Can we talk about that?
We have at least 100.
No,
we might have more.
We counted. Like, between me, John, and Jack, there are 100.
I'm saying, and I had 20.
Oh, you have some too. Holy Bojangles. How does this go together? Oh, there. Sorry. It's a lot of energy for no reason. I get it. But this is frustrating sometimes. Okay, there's one noodle missing. No, he's right here. Okay, we're good.
Is Nick running demons at the tournament? He's going to be commentating at Austin, but if he was, I would force him to run the demons.
Force me to. No.
Because apparently they can beat A-tier armies.
If I was playing this weekend, I'd be running Thick City with triple C's.
Triple C's?
Triple C's.
Not just double?
It would be thick. But now, alas, I must talk about people and robots.
You're going to be on the front page of Twitch with that GW stream.
I think.
Let's see what we got. GSC top of the 2022 meta? Who knows? Like, they can't be worse than they are now. I mean, they could, but probably not. GSC have a lot of... They're built as a tricky army, and that usually gives top players a lot of flexibility. So, for a long time in 8th edition, that once they got their book, GSC were amazing. One of the best factions in the game. They started to struggle towards the Eldar plane lists that came out that were extremely abusive. But guess what? Games Workshop finally fixed aircraft spam. So, GSC won't have to worry about that.
This is too...
I told you that there's 2 particular pieces that go to each body.
Yeah,
I just mixed them all up.
I did mix them all up, and now I'm struggling with that. I got it. Wait, maybe I didn't. This is... So back in the day, I've been playing 40K a long time. Remember, I started in 2004. Think about that. I started in 2004. So back in the day, sprues used to be just like, here is the row of arms. They're all identical. Here are your arms. Next sprue, here is your bodies. Here are your legs. Just like that. So I got in the habit of clipping them all out. Clip out all the legs, then clip out all the bodies, then clip out all the arms. Assemble your models like that. So you don't have to go back and forth between the clippers and the model and the clippers and the model. It was actually so much easier. Building models now is horrendously harder. They're more pretty. They're much more beautiful and sculpted in the poses. But man, it was easy back then. And I'm still in the habit of just clippy, because that's when you learn something and it's in your habit, it's in your blood. You know, you just deal with it. And here we are with my mixed up bodies. Thanks, Zeeks. Thanks.
Patience.
What does this have to do with patience?
Just clip them. Look at the instructions first.
I don't want to.
Then clip them out one at a
time.
matter
of pride.
And glue each bait.
Matter of pride.
Are AdMech still just 20-man blobs, chickens, or how you building Metallica now? I ran my Metallica list against Nick and against his Drukari last week in the War Room, so you can check out the list on our website. But it's very similar to the one that I ran at Games Workshop Orlando. But in Metallica, you don't run any of the chickens, and you typically only run one of the blobs because it's mostly a melee army.
But you know what it is? Also, a thing of the past.
It's
still 40K good. Career Seeks.
It's still good.
You're done. Admech got nerfed and you're not good.
All right. I placed went 7-1 with 8th edition Tau when liquefiers were still existing. Raquifiers
ain't
I think I'm gonna be fine.
You think so, but I'll tell you about these horrors. You are lucky I'm not playing Chaos at this event. You are lucky.
I wish you were. I wish you had all the pink horrors in the world.
If I had all the pink horrors in the world, you would... That's so many horror seats. These things split. There's infinite horrors, is what you just said.
I guarantee you I'd beat you with Grey Knights against your horrors, too.
If I had
you think that's
horrors?
The hardest matchup for them?
No. We're putting that on stream. No way.
Let me beat you with Tau for... I'll just go through every faction.
You go through every faction. This is a good army.
Why don't we start with Guard, then?
No, we're not starting with Guard.
Vengeance for Katie, baby. We usually do have the separate camera, but it wasn't cooperating. But usually it's in the spot where the Unbroken Space Marine is.
I think we should actually get a rotating slideshow of puppy pictures instead of that. Because honestly, like, you guys don't want to see our work area. You're just going to see me making a fool of myself and Sieg's building a ghost keel. I think puppy pictures are far superior to that. I want to see puppy pictures. If anyone has anything to say on this, please feel free. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and just put these puppy pictures up.
Now, Nick does have to figure out how to download pictures, because that is a complicated internet processy.
Processy? A singular processy?
We're going to find out.
I got people for that.
Yes, Simon, it still does work. The list is still very strong.
Who's strong? Ours?
No. Definitely not the ours.
So, another ancient method that I know that Siegs and John, these new children, do not.
This is what he's working on. But what happened was he put them all across the table, and all the bodies were mixed up, and one half goes to a particular other half, and he had them all mixed up, and so was struggling to connect them.
Yeah. So I am now gluing the now constructed bodies to the bases, because that is step 2 in this process. Directions be damned. All right.
Directions are pretty darn important.
Once in a while, some things are complicated and require instruction from experts. But, you know, things...
Everything related to technology here is I am called upon.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you need a lot of tech help.
Not all the time.
Almost all the time. I get called for you didn't know how to, click one of these buttons. No, I get called for the simplest.
You're so exaggerating. It's such an exaggeration.
It really isn't.
No.
John has seen it.
John is just as bad as me sometimes. John, I'm not going to say I'm as good.
John is a willing learner. You've had a whole extra 6 months on him of learning.
There was a time in my life where I was better at streaming than John. I used to be better at streaming than I am now. That's definitely true. I've really...
The decline.
You've spoiled me. Back when it was just me, I had to do this. There wasn't an option. Now I got robot help. Robots. I do the talking. The schmoozing, as you put it. As I put it.
Puppy pictures, but have enough so there are no repeats during the whole stream.
So, I think that's 30 seconds a slide would be appropriate. So we would need 120 pictures to fill an hour, so 240 pictures to fill 2 hours. I definitely can provide 240 unique puppy pictures. That is not a challenge. Okay, so Bella is going to become the star of the paint stream. You guys just give me a week, and we'll have that. Siegs, how do I do this?
It's going to require a lot of effort on your part.
I can put in effort. I love my puppy. What do?
You just create images in OBS for every single one.
I have these.
And you create a slideshow and you drop them all in there.
Can I make a PowerPoint? Like I just put them all in
No, not a PowerPoint. You have to do it on OBS.
What do you mean on OBS?
Well, I'm not going to explain it here.
We should.
Why don't you use a wonderful tool called Google?
I have a Siegs. Siegs is like a Google, but it talks to you. It's like a better Alexa.
It is a better Alexa. Dry brushing lead belcher on black and then contrast over the dry brush. Ooh, that sounds really good. Oh, I'll definitely try that. Especially with this giant monolith that I'll eventually paint for Apocalypse.
Yeah. Right. What am I going to play in Apocalypse? I'm going to play the
You
Splitting
and Mark
Heart.
are playing the... You can play the Splitting Hearts.
I'm not going to. It's not a good Apocalypse kind of unit. Splitting Hearts are like, I'm going to be tactical and put these hearts on the objective.
You're going to just get blown off the table.
Splitting Hearts in the Apocalypse game is just going to get me shot for even longer.
And all the saves you have to make for no
Yeah.
effort. So much
I have to
effort.
put more models on the table just to take them off. And there will be no Splitting Hearts in the Apocalypse.
That's already what you're going to be doing, so you might as well just lean on it.
That's why I can't seriously play Splitting Hearts. It's because like I play it for a game or two and I'm like, oh my god, there's so many hearts, and then I stop. But I come back every few months. And here
Every
we
few
are.
months, Nick thinks it's one of the best armies in the game.
And we're here. It is a good army. I don't think it's one of the best in the game, but it is highly underrated. Apparently, evidently, or the war crew, except for me, thinks it's dog schnoops.
It's certainly not good. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, what are they saying about it?
They're saying it's garbage.
Anyone else have thoughts about the puppies? The puppy pictures? Seconded for the puppy pictures, all right?
There's
Puppy
more.
pictures for 3.
There's
Are you 3 for puppy pictures? Yeah, see, this is happening. Like, this is just worth doing.
Put the legwork in.
I'll put the legwork in. You gotta show me how. Where do I put it? OBS, right here.
Right here. You go OBS,
Yeah.
and then you go here. Right?
Yeah.
Mark is about to... Is that Mark?
Oh, it might be Mark.
If Mark is coming.
Mark is
We
coming.
might get a
Bell's gonna
Mark.
go nuts. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a Mark.
It's a Mark.
Yeah.
So you go here, the plus sign, you go to image slideshow, and then you drop every image you want in there. And you upload.
into that scene?
Yep, you keep adding image for all the ones that you want.
Okay, so maybe you guys won't get 240.
240, that was what Stream was promised.
That is what you were promised, and I am now changing the amendments. So just like America has amendments to its constitution, I have amendments to what I said before. So we're going to amend it to some puppy pictures. More than one. I'll put some effort into this, but not 240 efforts.
I want to see the whole 240.
I definitely have 240 Bella pictures, and if I don't, I can acquire that in an afternoon. So, waha. And just like that, although you cannot see it, there are 9 flamers on a base. No arms. Missing a head.
And all the extra bits.
Those are not... No.
Those are essential.
They're essential. This tentacle flame is essential.
Yeah, that's part of the character of the model. It's absolutely essential.
I don't want to...
I want to table a local Ultramarine, Mars, Metallica, or Drukhari. If you want to table them, depends on what the terrain is. If it's dense, go with Drukhari. If you want to shoot them off an open board, Mars.
Why are you helping people table people?
He wants somebody, friend to get tabled.
He wants his friend to get tabled.
If you don't want your friends getting tabled, like what?
This is
Yeah.
You don't table.
Metallica is not a list that tries to table.
I
It tries to
table you.
outplay you on the mission.
The heads are 2 parts each. This is a nightmare.
Just click Puppo Pictures on Discord. That should get 240 easily.
Oh, that's true too. We have a whole Discord about of puppy.
Evan
pictures.
said he'll DM you a pile of puppy pictures.
Yeah, Evan, let's go. Let's go. I'm all about these puppy pictures.
Most of us do this full time now. So Nick does it full time, John does it full time, and Jack does it full time.
You do it full time.
I mean, I put full time hours in, but I also do other stuff.
I do other stuff too. I work for G-Dubs.
Yeah.
So I'm a commentator on the side, my side gig.
He's a commentator.
I commentate fights,
Title fights.
title fights, championship
Top
battles,
table
top
fights.
tables. Champions are made and lost, and I should make a speech. It's time to go potty.
Can you point me to a link where I can see the Metallica list? I can't find it on the website.
Should be on the site, but toss them a link to the War Room coaching match where you played it recently.
Yeah. Let me
That's a
find it
great
for you.
one. That was a good ending.
Yeah, that was, usually in the Worm games we focus on teaching and just learning about the armies and all the things they can do well. So we'll go down different decision trees and figure out which one's the better one.
We saw in real time what happens when I forget fight last.
It's bad.
It was okay.
But I loved
We
it
got
because you were
through it.
like, what else? That is a plan, is it just going in there, rolling the...
I would have come up with a better plan than just hope I roll an eye.
I mean, that's why I think you should do the puzzle on it.
I don't remember it though. I have to recreate it. Maybe
Yeah.
help me recreate it.
It's easy. We have a stream on it. You can just go back
I
and
could
look at
just
that
go back and
moment.
look at that. But that's. I like to come up with things from my brain. You got to use your brain every now and then. See, you should try it
Every now and
sometimes.
again. Every now and again.
How do you these are annoying. This is exceptionally annoying actually. I'm doing it your way. I'm cutting one at a time and gluing it, but this is just taking a while longer. It's annoying. Siegs.
If you're not tabling your friends, then are you really playing 40k? Exactly. Like, if I'm not tabling Nick, what's going on?
I'm tabling you. Last time we played a game, I told you, if we had infinite terms, you'd be getting tabled.
Infinite turns.
Infinite terms.
Usually, it's funny because typically Nick is the person who likes playing the armies that trade away most of their units by the end of the game, but win on points.
Yeah.
And dunk on your opponent's primary score.
Yeah.
But that is a list that I came up with that plays that type of style.
The Metallica?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because I don't play AdMech. I'm not looking at their rules. But I probably would.
No, I'm just saying because it's usually not the style I play.
Yeah. I would play AdMech the way you play AdMech.
You would like that style list?
I wouldn't try to shoot people. That's boring.
Yeah, I put the bare minimum amount of shooting in there to keep people afraid and honest. You're 100% right, Michael.
How does this go?
Once again, there's this lovely thing here.
I got it. Booyah! Boolaka-cha. 3 flamer heads down.
3 flamer heads?
3 flamer heads. Okay. Take a break.
There should be the lists in there.
Lists? Where?
Oh, John never ended up posting the lists. Interesting. Or it was deleted by accident.
Mm.
Maybe you just didn't click save.
It's possible. We've all made the blunder.
Let me grab it for you.
I just stabbed myself.
You stabbed yourself?
With the clippers, yeah.
I thought we were supposed to be very careful with the sharp objects, right?
You were specific about scissors.
I was specific about scissors, but it was supposed to be taken more broadly to any sort of sharp object.
Well, you got to be specific. If you're going to be broad, you shouldn't be specific, You're being specific and broad at the same time. How am I supposed to keep up with that?
I have a lot of confidence in you.
Well, I'm fine. I'm still here, so I guess confidence going to be upheld.
Here's the list, Simon. Oh, it's dramatically more text than I can post in here.
Oh, see.
Let's see.
Let's see. It is 746 characters. The maximum amount of characters for a YouTube comment is 200. You're gonna chop 500 out of this.
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna try. Just tell him what's in it.
All right, I'll tell you what's in it. So it's the Skandari veteran cohort. It's very similar to my old metallic list. It's got the Manipulus with the -1 toughness aura, the reroll wounds, Logi, ignore AP 1 and 2. It's got a Marshal with all the veteran cohort stuff. Then it has another Marshal with the reroll advances and charges and reroll ones. And then I have 1 big brick of Rangers with the Omni specs, 19 man. Then 19 Vanguard, also with the Omni specs. 5 Vanguard, 5 Vanguard, 5 Vanguard, 5 Vanguard. And then 10 Ruststalkers with the Fight Last relic, all with blades. 8 Ruststalkers, same thing. 8 Ruststalkers, same thing. Then I have 2x5 Sikaran units, 9 Cerberus Raiders with the data tether, 1 unit of 5 Cerberus Raiders, 5 Taraxi, and the transport.
5 pterodactyl sports.
Nick is commentating for the Games Workshop stream at Austin.
I am. That'll be this weekend.
Yep, him and Paul do an excellent job on the stream commentary.
Someone's calling me. Who's calling me? Oh, it's Chester. Mr.
Chester.
Bradley Chester. Should I answer?
No. I don't know what Brad is going to say. You never know.
That's true. But maybe he needs something important.
You could step out and do it.
No, that's less fun. He'll text me. Or call John.
Yeah, he'll call John. John is the next line.
Next line down the line?
Mm-hmm. Eventually he'll get to me, but you got to go through.
You got to go to the channels.
You got to go through.
You got to get ignored by every person on Art of War before Siegs doesn't answer your phone call.
I get called in for the important stuff.
I go direct to Siegs' bedroom, like Siegs. That's the power line right there. Don't deal with these phones.
Nick, tell Games Workshop to make it followed chat.
Make a follow chat? I don't even know what that means.
It means, I assume that they limit chat to only people who are subscribed to their channel instead of people who follow the channel. Following is the first step. Subscribing is the next level up, where you pay either through Twitch Prime or a $5.
That would explain it, because typically we've never had to really moderate the chat, and You would think with such a large chat, such a larger audience, like people would be saying all kinds of nonsense in there. But no. But if it's only subscribers, then it's only people who actually want to be there. Oh, we got a super chat from Calvin Smith. Thank you.
Ethical question. If I have noticed someone high-ranking in my faction that I'm number 1 using illegal lists in all their games, do I say something to ITC and who? I would 100% message that person if you can find out who it is and have any contact info for them. So,
yes,
whether
make
it's
sure
Facebook or
give
Discord.
them the benefit of the doubt, I would say, and see like, all right, is your list actually legal? If it's on BCP, it's not like they can cover their tracks. So it's
totally. Like in a set, and like you're saying, if he's been using it in multiple events, I would go and let them know.
Maybe it's an honest mistake, and then he might handle it amicably.
Let him.
Don't necessarily vilify him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to him. See what he says. See if he's going to go talk to the ITC and BCP guys and or the TO organizers, because really it comes down to the TOs themselves. They get to decide what happens. So he could go back and talk to his TOs and see if they'll take away the points for him for those events.
What are you talking about?
If it's illegal. I don't play in Chaos Knights. He's the number 1 ranked Chaos Knight player, and somebody in his faction is doing it. But also my lists are perfect. How about
Your
that?
lists are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Are you perfect?
Yep, in every way.
Every way.
But I would definitely see if you can message them first. If you don't have any contact info, maybe you message the TOs of that particular event, and then you can go up to messaging somebody like Frontline or the BCP guys.
The BCP.
But really, it's the TOs themselves who get to decide, and they can zero out the points.
Yeah, it's for them to handle. You can bring it up if you want, just directly. That's appropriate as well, of course.
Totally, and it could be completely innocent on their part, and they'll be like, "Hey, I messed that up. I'm gonna go talk to the TO." Done.
But I think it would be unethical not to do anything.
Yeah, totally. I've reached out, runs 3 Majeres as characters with traits. Well, you definitely can't do that. So, well, good on you for looking out too.
Yeah, appreciate you asking.
Because imagine, he's gone to some smaller GTs and plans to bring this to a big one. Be really nice if somebody in the community told him beforehand.
Yeah, you don't want to.
So that's a really positive thing to do.
This is great. Great stuff. Appreciate having an awesome community like this. Right, Mr. Siegs?
100%.
100%.
Do we know what Jack and John are playing? Almost certainly Chaos Knights, right?
What? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're spiraling right now. I think they're still testing in there.
I assume
they're like leaving. Siegs and John and Jack are going to Orlando a day early to catch a flight out of there instead of Tallahassee, like me. And they're leaving like this afternoon, like shortly after the paint stone. I'm pretty sure Jack and John are still like trying to figure out what else to play. So I don't know. They're in some lands.
Usually there's some sort of plan. So I imagine Jack will be Blood Angels, Grey Knights.
Yeah, it's a Jack won't step too far out of the zone. But John, he might go from Tyranids to Space Marines to Sisters.
Maybe the White Scars, right? It's been too long for the White Scars.
It's been a while.
You were about to rank them in S tier. Maybe that motivated him.
I don't think it did. But he doesn't. He's got his John things. He's got his John things.
Sisters.
That would be cool. I think you should play Sisters. Sisters are good still.
They're good.
We just put him in A tier. It's a great place. Maybe he'll go YOLO Jakari again.
YOLO Jakari. Love to see it.
What should I play, Siegs?
Nothing. You should commentate and do the best job you can.
Thanks, Siegs.
Community has been enjoying it from what I've seen.
Motivational. I hope so. I do try my best.
Did you ever consider sulfur rounds in Metallica? Yes, I have. They're actually not bad with the veteran cohort because +1 to wound on that unit with how much firepower it puts out. It's quite good. Is a price unit, if they had the pregame move or access to the Tactica Oblique strat, I would 100% run them. But lacking both of those, I just typically prefer Cerberus Raiders.
Cerberus.
And now they're the same cost, so...
Cerberus Raiders. These are annoying.
If Sulfur Hounds had gone down a point or two, then I think it's a real decision whether you run Raiders or the Sulfur Hounds. Did I enjoy playing Tau back in the day? What would you want to be good in the Tau book to maximize fun and also being competitive? I did actually enjoy playing my Tau list. Mostly because people just kept saying Tau were bad. or that I was winning because of various terrain formats, and then I wanted like multiple different formats. So, especially some of the heavier formats. So, I enjoyed doing that.
Beat me at a couple of them.
But like I play like Pro Tabletop, Warzone Atlanta.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just talking smack.
Yeah, but people originally said that I had only been doing well because I was playing on particular terrain formats.
Well, people will always have something to say to not credit the win to you're just good at the game until you just do similar to what you and
which I did, and then like
and
now
then,
it's like
well,
he knows
what else is there?
He knows about the Tau.
Yeah.
What would I maximize? I really think Tau should be primarily a movement army. It should be all about movement in multiple different phases, and less about damage output. Tau do damage, especially close and mid-range, but they are really about movement, out-moving their opponent, and orchestrating, grand strategy. So I hope they focus on those.
Strategy of shoot them with marker lights, then shoot them with every gun in your faction.
That's just not how Tau actually. They're a mixed arms type of faction.
So when you don't shoot my cars,
things like breachers and devilfish should be absolute staples. Crisis suits, staples.
So you're not going to shoot my horse.
Oh, I'm going to shoot them, but I'm also going to move around them too.
You think you're going to move and shoot?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So cocky, Seeks. So cocky.
I'm going to blow them away, and then the next turn, Abaddon's going to walk 6 inches and then get destroyed. Just annihilate. Should I kill him in combat with the Crisis unit?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, perfect.
Abaddon will rip your Crisis unit in half.
Well, when he takes 9 mortals, he's going to take 9 mortals, and then...
There are 9 Crisis suits, now there are less than 4. Less than 4.
Nick, do you know how many Succubi and Drazars I killed at ACO with the Crisis unit?
Not mine.
That's because you didn't run Drazar, and you ran all your characters. You're like, they're out of here.
And I won that game. Sometimes you're out combated by the town. You got to recognize.
Sometimes you got to roll a 6 on the Chronos turn 1 and kill my devil.
Oh, you scooped the other unit. Scooped it up like it was nothing. You know what the math is on that? Not a dead unit of Chronos.
It is, actually.
No, it's not.
With all the buffs I ran.
I
Go ahead, run the math
right now. You run the
math
right now. Roll it out.
I did, and I killed him.
Yeah, well, you got lucky is my point. And then you still lost. That's right.
I'm gonna destroy those pink cars so bad.
No, Seeks gonna owe me dinner and dessert.
No chance.
Dinner and dessert
No
from
chance.
Mr. Seeks. Oh, I can't wait. He's about to go on a little vacation, but as soon as he gets back, these flavors are gonna get built. They're not gonna be in the list, and Seeks is gonna owe me.
Hammerheads are cool. I do have a full mechanized force, but their rules are terrible. They have no defense and they shoot mediocre.
I used to have Tau way back in the day.
It was his first army, his favorite army.
It wasn't my first army. It definitely wasn't my favorite, but I had them. And I had a hammerhead, and I bent the railgun because I was like a 10-year-old.
You bent the railgun?
It was like a twisty railgun. Because I really messed it up. So it was just bent, and I had this weird railgun.
If it's bent, it is really messed up.
It was really messed up. And everyone made fun of me. The end.
Nick is about to fire his bendy railgun.
I am going to fire my bendy railgun. Don't you make fun of it.
I'm going to fire the pulse submission shot.
Now we're just being profane. Like propane. Oh.
You can definitely do a lot of damage to knights with buffing your Ranger brick. Especially the Mars one. The Metallica one, if you get the Metallican lung in range, 100%. But that's going to always depend on context and isn't that easy to do.
What even is the Metallican lung? It's a relic.
It's a 3-inch aura of reroll wounds for my whole army.
I know, but I mean, like, what is it? It's a metal lung? Like
it's a Metallican lung.
Like
it's a special relic that they
breathing
have. It's something that it's a holy relic.
So, but you're really not answering my question. It's a metal lung? Like it's like some dude died and they needed a new lung, so they made him a metal one?
It's not that.
What is it?
It's a symbol. It's a symbol of power. It motivates the Metallica.
A statue is nothing more than stone. I don't care what it's symbolic of or how it works. I want to know what it is.
We got a $5 super chat from Christian. Thanks so much, Christian. Pretty excited for the Custodes and GSC Codex is coming. Currently painting up a White Templar army. Thoughts on adding Grimaldus to the army? 100%. Right now, Grimaldus is... Not only does he have just good baseline rules, but he's also a character unit, just like Celestine, that you can string out to bodyguard. So bring in your company vets and leave them within 3 of Grimaldus. Leave them within 3 of one of the servitors. And that whole unit can't be shot. So you can easily hold an objective out with him and not be shot up. It's pretty darn powerful.
Ain't that the truth? Look at that, Siegs. All of my flamer heads have been assembled. All of them flamers coming to the yard.
All of them?
And then we just have to do the heads into the bodies and then put the arms on there, throw the squiggly tendrils off the sprue and into the trash can, forget they ever existed, and call it a day.
No, those are necessary. You need to be authentic.
These are authentic. They'll be proper Nyx flamers. They won't be fully assembled. That'll be great. Or will they?
We'll find out.
Pretty excited for Custodians and GSC. Did you read that one?
Yeah, I read that one.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. But thank you for your super chat. Siegs loves you.
How would you change the Skyray? I don't know. It's just a bad unit. Single shot weapons are just terrible.
El Kakoi, John would take Nitz to the event. I'm pretty sure he's going to take Nitz to the event. But, John makes John choices. Like, why did he take Black Templars to the last one? Why?
YOLO Black Templars?
YOLO Black Templars.
It did not work.
It didn't work.
But he tried.
He'll probably take Nitz, though. If I was a betting man, a gandering man, a man who ganders.
18 Hive Guard.
18 Hive Guard. He likes his gaunts.
He likes guns, but 18 Hive Guard. Come on.
You can have both.
They were out there. Single unit was just table.
One might even propose that you should take both. Perhaps. Who would dare? Would you dare, Siegs?
I would dare it. I would take.
You would take both?
I would take 2 units. Yeah.
2 units of gaunts.
No, 2 units of Hive Guard.
No gaunts.
No, I'd still take the guns.
Still take the gaunts. Gaunts and Hive Guard.
I dropped the Malscepter.
So you would dare. You would dare to take gaunts and Hive Guard.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Siegs is a daring man. But you would drop the Malscepter?
Yeah.
That guy's cute.
No.
You don't think he's cute?
No.
Would you take the hard specs?
Honestly, I dropped most of the Gene Stealers and just run more chaff.
I'm with it. Like, you just shoot and keep people away.
Just screen them away.
Shoot and screen. Basics. Play it like it's Tau. See,
here's the specific answer from Simon. Okay, ready? The Metallic Lung is a cybernetic implant. All who use it are saturated with radiation, and every exhalation or exhalation adds to the isotopic fog surrounding them.
Okay, so it is a metal lung that produces isotopic fog.
Mm-hmm.
Isotopic fog.
They basically breathe toxins.
Right, so it is a lung that exhales toxins.
It's an implant into your chest.
So it is literally an iron lung, a metal lung.
It could be.
No, it is. That's what he's saying.
It's literally a toxic lung.
Just to be clear.
It motivates people. It gives you reroll wounds, and that's the important part. Like, who wouldn't want to reroll?
You know, I was able to decipher those big fancy words.
Isotopic.
I think it's.
I've heard of isotropic.
I think it's isotopic. I don't know, but you know how, Mr. Siegs? It's because I took Latin, and I learned the derivatives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you take Latin? No,
I did.
Because you took French.
No, I did take Latin.
Did you study?
Yeah.
Win and learn.
Yeah, not in a long time, but I did.
Well, then we are both colleagues in
not knowing it and not remembering very much Latin.
Yeah, well, that's not many people are in that camp in life, but you know what? We're in it.
Simpatico.
Dead language. We can quote a few words here and there.
Cave Canem.
Cave Canem. Beware. What is it? Beware something?
The dog.
Beware the dog. Kawe is the beware. Canem is the dog. Canine. See? I could have got that.
Alia Yocta est.
I have no idea.
The die is cast.
Die is cast. You should say that at Warhammer tournaments.
Say that in the final round? After the roll off?
Just say it and be like, I've won before it has began.
No, I would never do that.
Then you're playing against Manny and he'll be like, nah, bro, 18, I've got. And then you get shot. That's a great Manny impression. I like Manny. He's gonna stay in my room for this Austin weekend. I'm excited for that. We're gonna be like the Brown Brothers team.
We weren't good enough to be in Nick's hotel room.
That's. Shall I tell the story? Shall I go off on this tangent? Maybe.
No.
Six? No. Well, he's reading, and robots cannot read and speak at the same time, so it'll be a minute.
Got it.
Look at these flamers, though. These are coming to life before our very eyes. I got so many heads flaming you, filet-mignoning you. I could go for some filet mignon. Filet mignon.
Is that the type of meal Games Workshop provides to its employees?
I hope so. I am gonna get some tacos on Friday.
Tacos?
There's IHOP today or tomorrow, but I'm not there tomorrow.
What are you guys painting? I am working on building a ghost keel, and Nick built some flamers and then didn't put any of the bits on them. What's up, Mark?
What's up, people?
Hello, Mr. Mark.
Hi, guys. Oh, you can see me. You cannot. Blah, blah,
What
blah. Blah, blah, blah,
You were a
blah.
towering presence in all of our minds.
I try.
brings you into the stream layer?
I get some models swapped up. Little preview of the jank tank of chaos is
The jank tank.
ever looming in my mind right now, very heavily.
Do you see me building flamers?
I see you building flamers.
Isn't it beautiful?
You know, flame people.
I'm gonna flame Siegs. We have a wager. Siegs, tell Mark the wager.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna table his pink army with my towels.
Siegs and I are gonna play. I'm gonna play pink horrors and split horrors and Siegs is gonna play Tau. And if I win, or the loser has to buy the winner a pub sub and Brewsters.
Okay.
So
what's the likelihood? Do we think it's all in? Or do we think it's 50-50?
I'm getting this. There's no way I'm not getting this.
Okay. Confidence. Love the tape ball.
Did you bring the Rubric Marines?
No, I'm gonna bring them tonight.
Rubric guy.
Most of my Rubric Marines are here. My Night Lord ones have like 15 more at home.
Oh.
We got like almost 40 here.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So
I'm gonna be busting out the Thousand Suns, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know when, because we got the schedule and next schedule is already lined up. But soon there will be Thousand Suns. Maybe right before or right after or during my battle with Siegs, where I destroy him with both pink cards and Thousand Suns. That'll be fluffy.
I got the Warp Talons on the way.
The Warp Towns.
The Warp Talons, the Chaos Terminators.
Oh, Mark is
Looking at Night Lord's Alpha Legion combos.
Mark's looking at Night Lord's Alpha Legion combos, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
He is so deep in the tomes of chaos.
I'm like, wait, I can use like almost 40 of my Terminators. Yes.
Can we take old Plague Marines, Mark? I meant to ask
Yes,
you.
actually, I have that in the list.
With the Plague
15 of them.
Frails?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
They can hit
Death to
hard.
the false everybody, ladies and
Everyone.
gentlemen.
Dude, I took 15 of them. I took 3 units of 5 against Jaime this last weekend in a practice game. Jaime from Pro Tabletop, and oh boy, it was a fun time. He learned what Mark Chaos was for the first time.
He never played against her chaos before?
No, he never has. So
That's an experience.
he's like, I want to play the Scouring. I'm like, all right, I accept your trap, but I know in reality this is a reverse trap. I can do this. It was a crazy fun game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. So, we got all kinds of things being built over there. Is that like the 4th or 5th Ghost Kill?
4th or 5th? No, I have only one.
Only one? Okay.
That one right up there.
Got it.
Why are Siegs building a ghost kill? Because in 20 months they will become broken. You heard it here first.
I
folks.
heard it here. Conspiracy.
Conspiracies. Get them going. Get 'em going.
Every
Go
time.
buy ghost kills.
Every time.
It's such a pretty model, though.
It is, right?
It's just
It's
like,
one of the cooler battle suits.
so much of the tower range is just underrated for model reasons. But I'm also just, I'm a Gundam fan, so I can't say too much.
The Townar, though. The
Townar.
Townar. Townar daddy.
Townar Schmaunar, he died to Fate Weaver.
SMS could be oppressive, but it's a 1 damage weapon right now.
Ignores cover though, that's good.
It ignores cover.
Can you make it AP1? You can on broadsides.
Yeah, with ATS, and then there's a custom trait that makes it AP2.
Oh, just take 9 of those and just tail people. It's like Hive Guard.
It's really not. It's not multi-damage. If it became multi-damage, we could think about it.
No, that would be broken.
Yeah, I'm saying he's asking what would make Tau oppressive. That would start to make them oppressive, for sure.
Damage SMS. Ooh. Like, I'm even playing this game.
Yeah, it's just AP2 or AP3 indirect that ignores cover, and multi-damage is just oppressive.
I need 2 more arms. Are you leaving, Mark?
I'm getting out. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Y'all be safe. Go dominate. Do some smacking.
All right.
Schmacking.
Schmacking.
Smack.
Thanks, Mark. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Ain't he the best, Mr. Seeks?
He is. If there's any advice for the Metallicalist, I would recommend that you go to the Games Workshop site, their Twitch channel, and go to the Orlando streams, where I was on stream 4 games. Yeah, I believe I played 4 games on stream. It was at least 3. So
really excited.
those are great synopsis of the Metallicalist.
You can listen to me talking about it.
Yep.
A lot.
You can listen to the Info Rustalkers.
Infostalkers.
Invented.
Stalkers. They do mortals. They have exploding sixes.
They
do
do
it all.
everything.
They do it
It's an
all.
amazing melee unit. I wish Admech had access to it. But, unfortunately, they don't.
Well, they're really cheap now too, compared to their infiltrator and rustalker brethren. How's your ghost kill coming,
I
Siegs?
finished the first part.
You finished the first part. You're having a paint stream like me. It's
Well,
embarrassing out here.
I'm focusing on the chat here.
I'm focusing on the chat. I'm focusing on Mark. I got flamers being built. I got multiple operations underway.
But I am all good when you are.
Okay,
I'm gonna take a break here because I don't want to. The next step is just a ton of small pieces.
We can put a pause. I don't need to finish these flamer arms.
Nick will have any excuse not
You
to
know
do
what?
the flame
Let me
arms.
finish the flamers. It'll take 5 minutes. I'll have the
All right, let's
flamer
do
arms
it.
done. We should finish the flamers because then they're built.
You should be able to see them. Let's go find out.
So we should find out.
We're gonna find out if Games Workshop left those up. Twitch Warhammer. Because you could actually, I'm pretty sure you can still watch the New Orleans ones, but obviously I ran the Mars veteran cohort there.
Fate has tethered you together for a reason.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Videos.
How do you know how to find all this stuff? See, he's just a master of the internet.
Yep.
You know what happened yesterday? I'm gonna tell a story. Yesterday, I was trying to take a picture of my puppy. She was being really cute. We're gonna put it on stream for you soon. And then I couldn't because my phone was just black. And then I was like, wonder if it's like I'll open and close my app, something like that. Still black. So then I opened up Snapchat, take a picture of her that way. Black camera. So I was like, okay, it must be my camera itself. So then I opened and closed both apps, tried again, no. And then I like cleaned the camera in case something was on it, no. And then I gave up. And then I was like, Mr. Siegs, he's sitting right next to me. He's watching me ride the struggle bus over here, not saying a word. I was like, Mr. Siegs, do you know what could be wrong? Would you be willing to help, Mr. Please? And then he was like, give it here, my child. And he takes my phone, and I put it into his hand. And then it just camera works. Is that not what happened, Siegs?
I mean, that's how it happens.
That's how it happened.
There's no other way. All right, I found all of them exist. It's just annoying to go search for them. So what you have to do is on that little drop-down menu is you go to past broadcasts, and then it'll give you the list of all those. So let me grab you the link here for the final game. And if you want to go watch the other ones I played, you can look through the list.
You want to help me build these flamer Siegs?
Not particularly. I don't want to touch any of this disgusting chaos.
Disgusting chaos. Filth.
But yeah, you can still watch the final stream from Orlando, and all the other streams from Orlando still appear to be there. But what you have to do is go to that filter by section, which is a drop-down menu right under the Warhammer symbol, and click on past broadcasts, and then scroll down to 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you can access them. But there's going to be a Nick Nanavati if we click. Talking about the game, there's me.
There's Mr. Siegs deploying. John deploying incorrectly. Losing. Amazing. What'd you win by? 2 points?
I could have won by more, but I just stopped playing at that
Won by
point.
more. Couldn't just say yes. Yes,
Yeah,
I won by
I
2.
won by 2 points. But all I had to do was kill Repentiu, and I obliterated that squad.
Obliterated
Like,
it.
Get my 3 eradication of flesh, done.
Obliterated like obliterators?
No, far better than obliterators.
What do you mean? I think he's better than Obliterators.
Oh, excellent. We'll get to see those in the list too.
That's just a bold lie.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Nick's gonna be running Obliterators.
You really didn't.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. See this whole house. They hear things that aren't true. It's very problematic sometimes. It would go faster if it helped.
Yeah, I mean you're going fast enough, right?
Am I?
Yeah, you're welcome. There's some really good stream games there. Nick and Paul did an excellent job commentating them, so they're actually entertaining to watch too.
Thanks, Mr. Siegs. You watched them?
Oh yeah, I went back and watched the commentary. That's how I know about the Info Rustalkers.
That's true. That's true. And that's how you know about the time to potty.
I do know about that. What about Power Bottoms?
Power bottoms. I was thinking, I can't say power bottoms on stream anymore. They're wising up to my tricks. I actually can't say potty anymore. I now have to pronounce the R.
You have to pronounce the R?
Direct order from the man upstairs.
It's not funny. Not funny enough.
I think it's funny. A lot of people think it's funny. Some people hate it, but that's okay. Screw 'em. You get nowhere in this life without making people upset. Isn't that the truth, Seeks?
Nick's going for the laughs.
We're going for the laughs. The memes. Oh no, my arm fell off. These flamers. We're almost there.
Almost.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's
I believe when you get to the status that Warhammer community has on Twitch, you keep VODs for like 2 years or something. Or maybe even permanently now.
That's cool.
We used to be on Twitch, and we didn't get full partnership when we were on there, so our streams would last like a month for the previous broadcasts. But once you make partner, I believe they keep them for at least 2 years.
I don't understand Twitch compared to YouTube. I really don't.
It started as more of a live stream thing, whereas YouTube was about pre-recorded uploads. And then YouTube saw the success that Twitch was having and created a live feature.
Yeah. Twitch is just like...
Twitch is trying to compete with YouTube. YouTube is just a superior platform.
Oh, Snapseeks. He said it. He said it.
YouTube execs, if you're listening to this, we're supporting YouTube.
They listen to this.
Yeah.
40,
They must be.
46 concurrent viewers.
They're
one of them.
YouTube execs in the chat. Let us know.
I got glue on my hands. This is annoying.
What matchup are you most excited for seeing at Austin? If you had to pick two players who had to go against each other, what would you want?
I want to see you and Sean. I love
Me versus
watching
Sean?
you and Sean.
It's
so
me
fun.
versus Sean.
It's just so fun for me. I'm excited for John and Manny. I'd be really excited for that.
The rematch?
The rematch.
They played each other once, LVO 2019.
Very close game.
Imperial Fist could not kill the unkillable Leviathan.
Mr. John got it. Mr. John. So many means to get his crack back at that. And then... I don't know.
Those are the matchups you want to see?
I want to see Blake versus somebody, too. I get Blake in here.
Round one against against something.
I don't know what. Sarachniel.
Something silly.
Yeah.
Bellicor, Corn Demon Prince, and
we need to get Blake on Unbroken. That's what we need to do.
hell yeah. We should have got him on for last time.
We should have.
I gave him a clinic on how to actually play his army. Because what I was seeing was shocking.
Shocking.
It was a shockingly poor use of Surface Raiders.
What was he doing?
He was just messing up all over the place, and I was watching it, and I waited till after the game, and then I was like, man, that was
fired.
That was not good.
That's not good.
That was not good.
Can't be wearing the Order War shirt and doing that.
Hey guys, what's gonna happen in the Hive Mind Clinic?
Unfortunately, Mr. Alex McDougall's birthday is today. I guess that's very fortunate, but we're happy he's born. But unfortunately, he's going out to dinner, so the Hive Mind Clinic is getting postponed. And I found out about this yesterday, and I'm sorry, but I'll get that Hive Mind Clinic for you going as soon as we can. As soon as Alex is done with his birthday, being born. Yeah. Right. Unfortunately, he was born. What a jerk. Oh. Almost there, Siegs. Almost there.
2 more arms after this one.
Yeah.
Coming together.
Coming together. And then I'll have 9 flamers as each.
Sorry guys, I'm riding the Tau hype train. Do you think it's worth assembling Devilfish with drones or SMS, and how would you assemble your loose drones? So you don't actually have to glue the drones into the port on the Devilfish, and I wouldn't. I would just create the SMS platform, and if you can't magnetize it, that's fine. Just don't glue them in for now. Paint, if you want to just start painting, paint the top of it, and then paint the SMS part and the drone bottom separate, and then you get to decide which ones you want to do. But don't glue them into the Devilfish itself. Keep those 2 pieces separate, and then you can decide later on when we see the codex. And then assembling loose drones. Have no idea what's going to be good. I assume shield drones are just going to be nerfed into oblivion, is what my assumption is, because that was the thing I abused the most in 8th edition. Nerf them by increasing their points by 5.
Shield drones can.
I imagine that Savior Protocols is going to be dramatically transformed. So
go the way of the dinosaur.
I would probably get a smattering of each for now. Maybe it depends on how many you actually have. Maybe have 4 to 8 of each type of drone, and then see when the codex. But honestly, I might just wait for the drones because they're actually pretty quick to build and paint.
Okay.
All right,
I'm ready.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Have a wonderful schedule for the remainder of the week. Everybody from the main part of the team is going to be traveling, but we got a lot of people like Mr. Brad Chester, Mr. Alex McDougall when he's finished celebrating his wonderful birthday, which we are very fortunate that he has a birthday, right?
We are. He's born.
They will also be Scary. They're going to be doing some clinics as well, and they're going to be doing a tournament session on all the lists when they're revealed on Friday for Games Workshop Austin. So that's going to be super exciting. Otherwise, we'll be back next week with a slate of all new content.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much for hanging out, and we're going to send you off. And see you next time. Bye.
There's so many rules in 40K, hundreds of events, and constant updates. Skip the learning curve of Warhammer and join the pros. Art of War is led by multiple world champions with decades of success. We teach clinics, stream games, and inspire you to succeed at your favorite hobby. Join our global community of gamers just like you.